Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. My therapist told me this and it has changed my life. In the beginning of a work session or project, I think through everything patiently. No rush. Start working. And before I know it, I am in a groove and time flies by. Try raising one foot a little off the ground to test how long you can stay awake in class or during a meeting if you're experiencing problems staying awake. I like the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes, just do it right now. It greatly helps for people like myself prone to procrastinating. Whether it's folding a few shirts, making a phone call, putting away groceries, putting something in the kitchen away, cleaning something, etc. You put off trivial small things and over time, they stack up and all become too overwhelming to do. If you follow the 2-minute rule, you will find that you're more organized and there are less annoyances that get in the way of the real things to do. Sniffing rubbing alcohol gets rid of nausea. Many years ago, I had the fans go out on my MacBook, which rendered it nearly unusable. I was pretty strapped at the time and wasn't looking forward to a pricey Apple Store repair job. So I went to YouTube to see if there were any fixes, found a video where some guy said to just punch it a few times above the number key row where the fans were packed in beneath. This felt like a complete troll, but I figured that even if it does further damage, I'm going to have shell out for the repair anyway. So might as well give it a shot. Gave it a few love taps and sure enough the fans whirred back to life and I was back in business. Apparently what happens is that over time you get dust and crumbs and other tiny pieces of debris into the gears of the fans and they stop spinning. Apparently bashing them a few times moved the shrapnel out of the way and allowed them to work again. Never had another issue with it the entire rest of the time I owned that computer. This isn't something that can used in too many situations, but with a lot of people sharing their act busy story, I thought maybe a few of you would appreciate this. Back when I was in basic training for the Army, near the end of basic, our drill sergeants liked to give us an hour or two each day out in the yard and just told us to be busy. I think they enjoyed a break. But if anyone was caught not busy doing something, they would still get smoked. 3 of us decided to sit in a triangle formation, facing the inside, and we each dug a hole in front of us but would put the dirt in the hole to the right of us. So we would dig, but someone else would fill up what we just dug. We did that for almost an entire hour. A drill sergeant walked by, looked at us, stared in disbelief, said, "If this isn't the most private thing I have ever seen any privates do. Fan-fucking-tastic. Carry on, privates." How to get rid of cold callers at your door or on the phone quickly without being rude. I discovered this by accident. Someone knocked on my door cold calling, selling a service I already had. Asking if I'd like to talk about their service, I said, "Oh, I'm already a customer. I'd love to talk about it." I was being genuine too. They could not get away quickly enough, which I thought was odd. Then it occurred to me that by saying I was a happy customer already, they knew there was zero chance of a sale, so any further time talking to me cost them potential sales. Edit. Lol. Lots of people below saying to just hang up, close the door, tell them to F off or whatever, which I also do on occasion. I'm not saying this is the best or only way. It's just a way I discovered by accident that makes them want to get away ASAP. Removed. You can't cough and produce tears at the same time. It only works for a second, but if you need one to keep from crying. Clear your throat. Screaming at the top of your lungs when you first wake up can eliminate morning grogginess. If you're still in an office and are just walking around, always carry a piece of paper and walk briskly. Look at it when a superior is approaching. They'll assume you're on your way to discuss something. The copier, etc. I had a file folder that I wrote Penske on. None of my superiors understood the reference. A high risk, zero reward. Inside joke that only I found funny. Baking soda is a miracle cleaner and unpleasant odor remover. You can clean ovens. Clear up slightly clogged bathroom and kitchen drains. Remove grease. Remove stinks from furniture and clothing like shoes. And many more. If you left your laundry in the washer too long and gets mildewy, add some vinegar when you rewash. It usually works. When you look annoyed all the time, people think that you're busy. If a man is in an accident, car, ladder fall, etc., and he gets an erection, don't move him. He has a spinal injury. If you are one of the types that gets anxious about leaving iron on or similar stuff, do this. Remove the plug from the socket, point at it, and say out loud, "Iron is off." You will remember that you did in fact turn it off. Might be a unique thing, but antacids make my hiccups go away. Taking accountability for your actions and apologizing than trying to justify them and becoming defensive. White vinegar is great for washing clothes. I don't know if this works for anyone else in the world, but jalapenos cure my heartburn. Meditation really does quiet the mind at some point, and the positive effects of it will benefit every aspect of your life. It reduces impulsiveness, strengthens empathy and patience, and increases your sense of joy. It's free too. All you need to do is find a quiet space. Sit down and give yourself permission to not have to do anything for 10 minutes. Thoughts don't need to be followed up or analyzed. Impulses don't need to be obeyed. Memories and plans can be left unexplored. Itches don't have to be scratched. Nothing has to be changed. Just pay attention to your breathing. And when you find yourself distracted, and you will get distracted, just go back to your breathing. Do this every day and extend the time as necessary, and you'll absolutely start noticing things changing in your life very quickly. You'll probably notice that ideas or feelings that seemed overwhelming will disappear if you just let them be for a while. You'll be able to breathe and slow down when interacting with others or making decisions. Concentration will improve. You won't feel the need to numb yourself as much, all that from just sitting down and doing nothing for 10 minutes a day. Compound interest isn't just something to do with money. It works with exercise too. Invest as little as 10 minutes a day. Getting your heart rate up or doing some weights is all you need to do. You don't need to bust your ass off 5 hours a week. Practicing gratitude. When you're getting ready in the morning, consciously think about things you are grateful for. Could be big or small. Have a roof over my head. Got through the night without waking up. Have a job to go to even though I dislike it. Whatever. It really helps you have a better mindset at the start of the day. No guarantee your mindset won't change throughout the day, but at least you can start off on a good step. If you hold your car key fob up to your throat, the signal goes farther. Baby powder is a must-have at the beach. It helps get sand off your hands and feet instantly at the end of the day so you can wear normal Shoes on the drive home. Eating vegetables on a regular basis will save you from a lifetime of pooping issues and other organ-related problems generated by a bad diet. It will also help regulate your BO. Steam them. Add some lemon pepper salt and they're good to go. Mix them with your meats so the meat flavors help marinate them. It's the best source of fiber, and vegetables help fill you up more for less with less future medical costs than a block of cheese from the pizzeria would. When calculating how much you're getting paid for your job, include potential cost you saved from using insurance, transit passes, etc. You might, for example, find a job that pays a bit more in the future, but you could be actually taking a massive reduction if the benefits don't line up. Is it a lifesaver? IDK. But a Reddit comment taught me that vodka is the ultimate odor remover. You can use it for BO on clothes or animal urine scent. Put in a spray bottle the cheapest vodka you can find and spray the affected area. Allow to dry. It's like freaking magic. I have gotten odors out that nothing else worked on. Optoutprescreen.com. Sign up there. And you can opt out of pre-approved credit card offers in the mail for 5 years. And it's greatly reduced how much junk mail I have to get rid of. Unfortunately, getting vigorous. Regular exercise really does help with depression. Doesn't solve it, but actually does make a difference. I used to get so mad when therapists would suggest it, lol. If something is worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. 5 minutes of exercise is better than 0. 5 minutes of practicing the guitar is better than 0. The best self-defense is avoiding a fight altogether. I know too many dudes who live their whole life hoping to prove their mettle in a fight. It ain't worth it, my dudes. Life ain't Hollywood, and what you dream about doesn't happen. You might get stabbed. You might get beat up by his friends. You might win and go to jail or get sued. Few people get in a fight and are grateful they chose to. When the sun is shining in the morning, take a 15-minute walk every day. This will set your circadian rhythm. Helps you sleep when you need to sleep. Helps you be awake when you need to be awake. More importantly, it will lower the morning blood sugar spike, decreasing the chance of diabetes 2 and fatty liver. Knowing when to just leave the argument. If it lasts more than 5 minutes, it's gonna be impossible to prove you are right. So just give up, turn around, and buy an ice cream. It's much nicer than trying to prove a point to someone who will not listen. Get a big metal water bottle and take it everywhere. You'll either drink more water through the day, or like me, you'll slowly get ripped because you're carrying this annoyingly heavy bottle everywhere and not drinking, so win either way. Baby steps for everything. If you do drugs, drink as much water as possible. It would massively reduce the risks of heart attack or other health issues. Better yet, don't do drugs. Source: 5 years of coke. 5 years clean now. Keeping shoes on all day makes me way more productive. I never thought something like that would work. But it does. And makes me actually get stuff done while working from home. This has always worked for me. When I get a leg cramp, I get into a standing position. Feet flat on the floor, legs straight. And the cramp goes away. I used to get leg cramps in the early morning and would lay there with my legs curled up. Sometimes after the cramp went away, I'd be limping all day. Now, first sign of a leg cramp, I get out of bed fast as I can and stand straight. They immediately stop and I have no problems the rest of the day. removed. A bit of cayenne pepper rubbed onto a cut can help it to clot quickly. Seems so counterintuitive. But it doesn't sting and works well. If you live alone, you should buy an anti-choking device. Some brands are choker, lifehack, etc. Do some shopping research and pick whatever you see fit. Thousands of people die every year due to choking because of food, liquids, small swallowed objects, etc. People that live by themselves are at a higher risk since usually there is nobody around to assist them. With this apparatus at home, you got a chance. I don't know if this counts, but make friends with the cleaning crew and service people. Saved my ass at one job because the company was doing some sneaky layoff shit and one of the building guards tipped me off. They were told beforehand what was going down. I wasn't on the list, but before they could get to the office, I let all my co-workers know what was going on. This post is a goldmine. If a cop asks you nicely to come into your home or search your vehicle, always say no. I used to carry around a large empty box at my old warehouse job when I wanted to fuck off for an hour or two. Side mirror, center mirror, passenger mirror are supposed to be set so that it's one continuous image. No blind spots at all. My owner's manual even explained this. 0.0001% of people use this, so I consider it a life hack. My dad told me this. It's something he learned when he was in the kitchen in his youth, but black pepper works as a coagulant if you ever cut yourself bad and need to stop the bleeding. Duct tape can be used to cure warts and verrucas absolutely painlessly. It sounds like bullshit, but there's at least some scientific evidence that there's something there. Plus 2 studies that said there was no effect had some pretty glaring methodological errors. And, in any case, it's cheap, non-intrusive and easily accessible. https://www.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/pmc/articles/pmc651669/closing parenthesis. Wear sunscreen.